Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Hey everybody, welcome to TPIM SR Live. I'm your host, True Powers Mind, broadcasting today from our Missouri studios. Live studio audience, sound asleep. What is today? March 24th, 2020, the year of our Lord. For the non-essential workers, you will find yourself at home, surrounded by people that you probably don't even know. They are indeed your family, not your co-workers. But this is what this is. Before I do anything, I want to start off with a allegory, a metaphor, as it were, to describe the nation and this coronavirus. Hold on. There will not be any sound. I will try to make the picture more bigger. Hold on. Oh, hold on. If you notice, a feather fell down. that's that's what's going on the streets. People are getting a foul taste and sight, the things that they otherwise normally wouldn't see. All right, made in America or United States, whatever. Let's get into this. The United States has 100 plus deaths in a day. Testing blunders cripples response. Biden slams Trump's failure. Fear and foreboding in New York. California needs 50,000 more hospital beds. City dwellers fleeing to deserts and mountains. Bad idea, folks. Unless you know what you're doing out there in the woods, there are more things out there that's going to pose significant health risks than just staying in the city and self-quarantining. Not only that, if you are already infected and you go out into the country, all you're doing is spreading the love. This is what you're doing when you leave your home. You think it's perfect. Ooh, Corona hits you. Oh shit. Now you're upside down, flopping like a fish. Your family's looking at you all crazy. And then they let you back in the house and they get a face full. That's what happens when you refuse to self-quarantine. So let's not be that guy. Also, the Florida spring breakers begin testing positive. Louisiana has fastest growing case in the world, or cases rather. Governor clamps down even as president considers easing rules because he is more concerned about the economy. One thing the president is cognitively aware of is the economy flounders, so does his second term aspirations. He will not be a two-term president if this economy collapses. They're going to put all your lives and the lives of the elderly in their hands, death panels. You're going to sure enough see some real death panels. Oh no. Brother David, welcome to the show. It's showing me that my internet connection is being wonky. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Opening the economy too early could backfire for humans and market investors say. Well, go figure. This story right here. The one I have highlighted. Jobless rates may soar to 30%. Commercial mortgages on the brink of collapse. This is 2008 yet again. Virus reveals financial irresponsibility of Americans. Domestic passenger flights could shut down. I'm a constitutional lawyer. I see government use COVID-19 to take away rights. Sister Barbara, peace and power. Welcome to the show. Shout out to the Surgeon General. This week is going to get bad. U.S. World Health Organization. U.S. has potential of becoming epicenter. Okay? And what it's about is this guy right here, Fiduci, and Trump. This one's trying to inform people. This one's trying to scam people. You be the judge. You know, you might be shocked if we don't see him on TV too much anymore. He's not playing ball. Will not be closed for months. That's what Trump wants. Fed pumps all. Virus lingering on surface for 17 days. That's double. Well, no, that's 1 day less than double what they said. Cops use drones for lockdown. November election by mail. All right. And here's the joy of capitalism. Drug makers abruptly shut emergency access. You remember when President Trump got up there and said chloroquine is the answer to it all? Well, man dies taking that nonsense. Let me try to tighten this up. It's like my studio has been corona proof from the very beginning. You notice all these other shows are doing their shit from home finally. Shitty reception, poor audio. I'm not alone. And I've been out here for years. Just having a beverage this morning. 4:30 somewhere. Anyhow, will Texas or Florida be the next Italy? Red steaks, lag blue, and stay-at-home orders. And really just a bunch of blah, 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 etc., etc. I'm sure many of you guys have been following this all weekend. There's really nothing new to report on the, I guess, official news front. All right. All right. Now, there was, check this out. We're going to shut down that page. We can always come back, folks. I want to show you the official numbers from the Johns Hopkins Racist University. The reason why I say racist, or at least somewhat socially insensitive, they're still using the wrong map to show landmass and everything. Now, you can tell this is Africa just by the lack of infection in South America yet again. But don't forget, everyone's capable of getting this. Almost 400,000 people infected. American Aboriginal, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Once again, children, Greenland is not that big and Africa is not that small. And the reason why I think they made Africa small is so that it does not exacerbate just how little infection's going on versus the rest of the world. But that's a totally different story. Check this out. 22 missing Chinese cell phone users. This came out March 22nd, okay, 2 days ago. There's 21 million fewer cell phone users in China. May suggest that the numbers they're telling us is a little bit off. If you don't trust me, Google it for yourself. 21 million fewer cell phone users in China. Boys and girls, this thing's not getting better. And the more people I'm talking to behind the scenes, the more I'm feeling like, man, I wish I had that bomb shelter made like last month. Hunkering down. All right. Let's go to images. Oh, hold on. This is I want to show you guys something. And this is really, it's somewhat bleak. So if you want this to be a happy-go-lucky, haha, yeah, you might want to tune off. This isn't going to be pretty. Hold on. I got to go to it. Oh, here it is, right here.
Fear raises your cortisol levels more than anything else, my friend. And there's a lot.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hold on, let me try to cameraman this shit. All right. There's not going to be any sound. I will be the narrator. All right. This is coming from China Uncensored, Chris Chappell.
Well, folks, we're all suffering because of the Chinese Communist Party. The CCP coronavirus has turned into a deadly pandemic that has people all over the world cowering in their homes, hoarding toilet paper. Shelley, how did you get that photo? It's embarrassing. I'm not wearing a suit. Anyway, since this is the Chinese Communist Party's fault, I've started calling the coronavirus the CCP coronavirus. I hope you'll all join me in doing the same. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I'm about to show you many thousands of words worth of how the CCP coronavirus has changed the world in a series of photos from before and after the CCP coronavirus pandemic.
Okay. Now this is pictures of Woodland, I guess Causeway, between Sangmore and Malaysia. You can already see the rail line here. This is trains, the people. All right. Drastic change. All right, let's check out some more. Now, this is some sort of a housing authority. The Grand Mosque. Oh, my bad. This is the Grand Mosque at Mecca. All right, that's all people down up in here. Okay. This is before Corona. Let's check out. Its survey says. Yeah, not that many people. Just a handful. Also, before we continue, I did contact a confidential informant in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He's okay. His family's okay. Thank the Most High. But he says things, yes, are even crazy over there on self-quarantine. The whole world is locked down. We're ripe for an alien invasion. All right, let's check out another picture. This is Toy Story Land at Disney Hollywood Studios, Orlando, Florida, United States. This is before the Scourge. And survey says, ding, 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 ding. This is after the Scourge. Now, this might really allow the workers to go in there and really clean up the area, actually sanitize, and really, I hate to say this, but if you think about it, a lot of places really being affected have been traditional places of child abuse, whether it be old crotchety priests grabbing on boys or some guy in a furry outfit snatching up a child in Orlando. It's almost Solomon and Gomorrah like. Now, I'm not trying to advocate that, this coronavirus is a good thing, because it's quite frankly not. An indiscriminate killer is never, let's say, an optimal way of changing the world. Let's continue. Now, this is Iraq before. It looks like one of their grand mosques. All right. People out there, eating food, falafels, maybe a hookah or two. All right. Now let's see what happens. Dun, 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 dun. Still people out there, mostly women going about their day to day. I would say that's still a decent crowd, a good 50, 60 people. All right, now this is Beirut, Lebanon. This is the beach. You know, you have people, you know, I'm starting to see like the same person over and over in these pictures, y'all. But whatever. Let's see what the survey says. Survey says ain't nobody. Now this is Iraq again, some sort of obvious center, and they're aware of something because there's everybody has masks on. This is before. Bam! This is now. Nothing but pigeons, and they're probably hungry. You know, see, this is what a lot of people are not talking about. A lot of the animals are suffering right now. Yes, how? Well, you don't have flocks of tourists feeding them popcorn, rice, granola bars, whatever. And the animals don't know how to hunt anymore. They only know how to sit there and look pretty and, I guess, get a bite to eat. Corona is devastating the world in so many different ways. All right. Let's look at the next picture. This is the airport in their capital. Decent, but doesn't look like there's that many people there anyways. Legendary. Welcome to the show. Peace and power. No, now there ain't nobody there. And this is Disney Magic Kingdom, Orlando, Florida before. Look at all those cars. And survey says, bam. I mean, the only ones there are the workers. And what have I told you guys in the very beginning of this thing? There's going to be a class of workers that will always be forced or allowed to go to work because they're considered essential. Brothers and sisters, you already know that we're having a medical PPE shortage. PPE stands for personal protective equipment, for those who don't know. I only know this because when I was a union carpenter, I had to sit through so many OSHA safety videos. But the reality is, what happens when the medical community gets infected? And how come they're not talking about the infection rates of law enforcement and guardsmen and active and non-active soldiers? You see, people, you can replace some workers. Bobby, the short fry cook, can easily be placed with Becky, the phone talk with. But you know who you really can't replace that quickly? The young doctor, the young nurse, the young lunch code officer, the young sailor in a submarine detachment, a member of a flight that is the mechanic of a weapon system, a tank commander, a battalion commander. You can't replace those workers so damn easily. But no one's talking about them as if they're somehow immune. Just like I was trying to tell everyone the other day. New York City still refuses to stop and frisk activities. So one dirty, nasty, filthy, ratchet cop can run up on people and still put his hands without a glove on down your pants. Quite literally touching your genitals, looking for the imaginary score of crack or whatever drug they're looking for. A police officer died from corona in Detroit. That's from Sister Barbara. There's going to be more. Folks, what I'm ultimately telling you, don't be surprised in the next few days. You're going to get that text. You're going to see that video, and it's going to be your regional National Guard general. And the message could go something like this. And he's going to have the sheriffs, your county sheriffs, and maybe even the director of public safety for your state troopers. And they're all going to be standing up there, and the general's going to say, due to soaring CV-19 amongst the troops and law enforcement, it will be up to the citizens to maintain a certain level of decorum and civil order. Now, when you hear that message, it's over. It's going to be Katrina 2.0. If you're melanated walking the streets, you're going to be targeted as a looter. If you're Asian walking the street, you're going to be targeted as a zombie, disease-plagued individual needing to be exterminated. And funny bit, you're going to be exterminated by the same mindset or the same group of people. I'm just telling you. Get your house in order, folks. I've been warning show after show, joke after joke, video after video, analysis after analysis. I mean, if any time is ripe, do you guys not see the choo-choo? The train repair shop is working overtime. They're manufacturing cars, rehabbing freight cars. Brother King, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Cars or carriages that you could put livestock or cars or human beings in. They have holes and grids that flames can come in there and melt anything that's in there or turn any biomatter into flesh. Hold on. Let's do this like this. Death rate in Italy. Let's see what this says. Okay, hold on. We don't have to go there. Let me just scroll up. Right here. Italian coronavirus, 63,000 cases and 6,000 cases. Over 6,000 deaths, okay? Now, don't forget, people can get reinfected with this thing. So it's just because you survived the first wave, don't mean you ain't gonna get taken out the second. Also, the research would suggest each sequential infection causes more and more what? Lung damage. And after a while, it's not going to be economically practical or feasible to dig mass graves. You'll be better off loading up these bodies on a train, send them through a drive-through. Everything's drive-through nowadays, but a drive-through crematorium where the whole cart is engulfed in flames. All biomatter is basically destroyed. And it's going to be a loop system. The train can even be automated. You don't even need human beings. Maybe a guy to flip the gas pipes on to the furnace and light it. That's about it. The train is coming around 24/7. You can use backhoes, bobcats, front loaders to load the body. Dude, digital currency. Oh, Brother Kenneth. Well, digital currency, we've been looking for years to get the money out of people's hands, and COVID-19 is going to be that avenue to do just that. I don't want your $100 disease note. I need for you to pay me through PayPal, through Patreon, through Cash App, through Facebook, through Money and More, through whatever. Because that's where we're at. We're getting to the point where we are not going to be socializing with each other in normal ways or ways that we perceive to be normal. Right now, sex robots and lube. If you had any money, you should invest it in sex robots and lube. You should invest your money in bleach. You should invest your money into telecommunications and energy sectors and even oil still. It's not over by a long shot. And for all you guys out there and gals blowing your cover, shooting up your flags, flipping off the nation and the system that controls it, you're celebrating too soon. It's not over. In fact, I would say it's categorically worse. These people are now in war mode. Have you listened to the president lately? We're going to be deploying the National Guards to fight the corona invasions. This is a war, Americans, and you're all going to be asked to give. This is not a war. You cannot shoot a microscopic organism. You can't blow up COVID-19. And as more and more people get infected, and I'm not talking about you little people, I'm talking about the people who really matters, the rich and famous. As more of them get infected, you're going to see just how much the system loves you. You're going to see just how much the system cares about your offsprings. Wait until the women and children and babies start dying from this in droves. There's going to be a lot of you people who are going to be so angry. You're going to be angry at God. You're going to be angry at country. Perhaps even angry at self. You have been warned, folks, so many times. Get your bug out bag ready. Learn the lay of the land. Get maps. Get a compass. Learn how to navigate without GPS. But no, you choose to laugh. Make shit emojis and comments. Suggest people like myself and others are batshit crazy. We have no idea what's going on. This is some sort of entertainment value, blah, blah, blah. The entertainment value, if there is any, would be the little bit of humor scattered here and there. And that's only to break up the drudgery of the true message that you all have been marked for death. You all have been earmarked as cattle for oblivion and extermination. Now, you don't want to believe that. Even though I bring up case after case after case after case where the government engages in just that. You don't want to look at the facts that the nation you might have reminisced about as a child is no longer in existence. The United States of America back in the 80s and 70s, true, may have tortured a few folks, but they didn't advertise they did. They may have assassinated a few foreign leaders and military personnel, but they didn't advertise they did. Now they advertise it like it's a good thing. Like, hey, it's totally cool, man. We knock off and assassinate people. The only reason why I say this is because this type of behavior, we lose soft power. We lose the power that drives people, that actually wins over the hearts and minds of people. Yes, people will acquiesce and submit to power every day of the week. Absolutely. History has proven this over and over. But the moment that power starts to wane, the moment it starts to weaken, the people rise up and overtake it. But that's not true for power that the people love. When the people love your regime, when the people respect your regime, when the people are willing to work for it for free to ensure its longevity, that's when you have the hearts and minds of the people. And that's when you have a system that's capable of completing the loop. Right now, since we lost our soft power, since many nations do not strive to be like us, they don't want to feed their nations GMO food. They don't want to perform biological tests on their own nation. They don't want to come up with military contingency plans to eradicate a third of their nation. So when you lose the soft power, all you have is hard power. And that's what you're going to be seeing displayed in this nation soon enough. DT, Tate, welcome to the show. Peace and power. And when the hard power comes down, unless you're really into S&M and getting your ass beat, you ain't going to appreciate it. You ain't going to appreciate your local state maybe housing National Guard units in your house. You're not going to appreciate your governor telling you, the citizen, what little supplies you have. You can't be a hoarder. You got to give it to us for no economic compensation, as if it would really matter at that point anyhow. You're not really going to be doing an Irish jig when they come for your children. Sorry, ma'am, but the military needs your son and your daughter. And they snatch them up and whisk them away. Leave you basically to die. You don't believe me? Let's look at another democracy, and then we'll get back to those pictures. Italian government withholding medical aid to old people. Italians stopped treating the elderly in the COVID-19, battle or war. So here we go. Put this in your fucking noodle box and remember this. Socialism. 2 racist white men and 1 black guy voting on who gets medical treatment. Now, who do you think's going to get that treatment? Oh, Jimbo. There's not enough beds for you, Jerome. Earl and me got this. There's your damn socialism. That's right. The Republic ideal is so powerful. The Republic ideal, not the political party, but the Republic ideal or form of government is so ideal. It is totally 100% soft and hard power ready. Soft power because of the liberties and freedom within it that is designed to be covenant and protected by the nation for the individual is what makes it so ideal. But because we don't exercise a republic form of government, no, we want a democracy. Yeah, we want a democracy. We want these stupid motherfuckers who can't even fucking run their own lives to create laws to govern us all. Or worse yet, we want crony capitalism, where we can have bloated buffoons who use racial advantages, such as grandma and grandpa's ability to give them loans without interest so that they can start their own business. These fucks, the keys to the castle. So you should not be shocked when they come up with a stimulus package. They give you $1,000 each. And they give one company $50 million. When after that one show, we did the math. You just take $500 million. That's $500 million. And you can divide that amongst 350 million people, which that's about how many there are in this nation. And every one of those people have $1 million in their pocket, and you will still have change left over. Now, why would you want to give any company any fucking money when you can give the people $1 million and then put in price caps? In other words, you can't price gouge. As soon as the people get this money, all of a sudden a roll of toilet paper can't go up to 10 grand, or else your ass goes to jail. So you see, they don't want that. Brother Jay, welcome to the show. Peace and power. They don't want these ideals out there. Because it's like V for Vendetta. Ideals are bulletproof. Ideals are 100% soft power, hardcore, tangible, make things manifest in the 3D realm type shit. They much prefer you guys to stay on Rainbow, Taste of Skittle Island. Because, see, a lot of the homosexuals are socialists because then they can vote on who gets the booty. Democracy, 2 gay men and 1 gay guy voting on sexual etiquette. What do you think's going to happen? Democracy. 2 lesbians and 1 straight female voting on reproductive rights. Democracy. 2 fucking fat bankers and 1 half-ass starved homeless person voting on economic viability. You see how this thing goes? Versus embracing the republic. And the only problem with the republic is there've been so many white hating men at the top ensuring that the republic privileges were not disseminated equally amongst the populace. Nope, we gotta make these red lines. Nope, we gotta throw some welfare at them. Nope, we gotta make sure that they're targeted as super criminals. Nope. That's the problem with the republic. You had the losers from the Civil War infiltrate, like Al Qaeda or ISIS, the US government, and they fucked it up from within. You could seize back your power. You could seize back the republic. But it really takes action. And at this point, I understand. It's easier to find yourself a part in this racist, fucked up, misogynistic, bigoted, or even in some cases, twisted system than to say, hey, the system's wrong. It was corrupted by X, Y, and Z, and we need to do D and A to fix this. If you want this nation to be fixed. I'm already at the point where I think it's pretty much a fair bet. And if Las Vegas was open, it would back me on this. But there's probably 20 to 1 odds that this nation will be dissolved by the year 2050. Dissolved in the sense that there will be no United States of America. It'll be a part of the North American Union, the super state of Canada, United States, and Mexico. So we'll have maple syrup, cheeseburgers, and a margarita, I guess, for our nation's food. And when you really look at the map, this is what I want to say. And this is why you have to understand the weak mind that put this shit together. The way it's mapped out. Now, for one, Antarctica is not that big. South America is not that little. Africa is not that little. And Europe, United States, Greenland, all this bullshit is not that big. In fact, all of this would fit into this landmass. You got to understand the weak mind that sailed across this ocean, made that triangle. They went down here, grabbed some slaves, went over here, grabbed some sugar, made some rum, and took it back there. That was the slave triangle. That was the engine that propelled slavery, or the, I guess, importation of slavery into this new world. And now look at it. Look at it now. P. Bonnie, welcome to the show. Peace and power. We have to recognize this is our planet. It was not meant to be mortgaged. It was not meant to have subprime. It was not meant to be basically sharecropped by the ones that this planet was made for. And as you see how capitalism or crony capitalism is screwing up this country right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We have President Trump and his yoke buying up resources, selling it back to the state. You also have U.S. senators privy to top secret information dumping their stocks. They dump their stocks. while they get up there in your face, Brother Fred. Brother Fred King, it's going to be okay. Just wash your hands and stay 6 feet apart, and you'll be just fine. Yep, 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 yep. Meanwhile, sell every fucking thing we got. Peace and power. Welcome to the show, Sister Sandra. Peace and power. They're on their little BlackBerry device texting. Frank, you sell it all. Damn, you sell it all now. But the American people, it's okay. The economy's going to snap back. It's pathetic. And this is what you get because this is what you crave. You want to be lied to. All those years of being indoctrinated by these bullshit stories on the TV, these whack ass movies on the big screen, done their work. Not only do you want to be lied to, you demand to be lied to. If they was to come out straight and say, hey, look, this was a biological weapon. It got out containment. And you know what? A lot of the people who are dying out, they're dying unnecessarily. And guess what? Your tax dollars from the 80s, 90s, 50s, 60s, 40s pay for it because that's how we were paying the damn scientists that mixed this shit up. Yeah, I don't want to hear that truth. No, you want to hear some old fantastic bullshit. Oh, you know, the Harvard fucking professor went over there with fucking, you know, Val keistered up his backside and he was at a Wuhan dinner and he popped it out of his butt, you know, like a leprechaun spitting out gold doubloons. And yeah, this is how it popped off. No, it's a little more in depth than that. If you didn't pay these wicked bastards, these Nazi scum jobs, pay them all those years of salaries so that they could design these devastating, nasty chemical and biological weapons, then we wouldn't be facing this crisis now, would we? Simultaneously, this yoke is at the cutting edge of our space program as well. So any alien technology is going to come across a Nazi mind because those are the people who are putting the shit together. Oh, they took down the flag of Deutschland and put the flag of the United States of America, which, you know, it's kind of funny. Hitler's train was named America, the train that he commanded the Reich from. His command station on wheels was America. Huh. And where did his rats run to when the Bismarck was sank? The sad thing about it, if you ever get an opportunity to actually talk to a true German national, this, as it were, a traditional German, they despise the Nazis. Nazi caused their nations great pain, and because they lost the war, wink, wink, great shame. But I think fundamentally, to know that you're meaningless, to know that you're just chattel for the state, property of the state, it does something to one's mind. It does something to one's soul. This is why. This is why. If we can't get it together, and we probably more than likely won't, there's a handful of us out here who really get it, then we should at least be accurate historians and write down and preserve what we have seen and witnessed in our lives so that future generations could perhaps learn from our oppression. You know, one thing I want to leave y'all with. Please Google search Agenda 21, Operation Garden Plot, Operation Orion, Operation Paperclip. Also, understand, friends, we are not alone in the universe. Even if this thing becomes ultimately 100% fatal for us, I sincerely believe prior to this happening that portions of us were basically placed on spacecraft and toted away to the next experimental world. Because this is what we are. Like anything, life originates from the center and it expands out. Where we're on the edge of the Milky Way galaxy, one should only deduce that there's richer, more advanced life towards the center. But maybe that's the true problem. Maybe the only way to get free is to escape the system by space and time, by distance. Because as soon as we get a colony that we all know is real, popping off on Mars, it's only a countdown before they become independent and realize if they can shut down the space lane, people on Earth can say diddly dick about what they do up there. Same thing's true for the moon. I think the next frontier, we're going to go through a long, long phase of being underneath the thumb. But the moment we can truly get out into space and maybe have a few spaceships go missing, wink, wink, then we will have a true shot at freedom. But you will have to find a part of space that isn't well charted, isn't well known. Hopefully has some sort of area where you can set up and conduct your operation. Because for real, y'all, Earth is on lockdown. The whole damn planet is on lockdown. And if you haven't been locked down for real, you will very, very soon. The virus is just that simple, or just that deadly. So, at this point, all I can say is, y'all, hunker down. Don't be going out for bullshit. Your little supply runs are going to end up being your contamination. Don't forget, there's people out here sneezing and coughing and wiping snot on door handles on purpose to intentionally infect others. They're disgusting douchebags like that. But I'm going to leave you, before we go, I'll finish the little thing here. This is Magic Kingdom, yet again empty. This is Charles Briggs, Prague, Czech Republic. Nope, nobody's on the bridge. All right. Let's see what else they got. And that was it. All right. I'm gonna leave you guys with one thing. United States debt clock. Oh yeah, don't forget. 144002300 days. Peace and power. Welcome to the show. I don't ever want you out to forget this, because this money don't make no sense. But it's what's governing you. We're still at $23 trillion, y'all. Don't forget Blackwater or BlackRock and Vanguard. Those financial firms, 12 million of that's 6 each to them. See, business and crony capitalism, business is king. Business is your God. The gold, the oil, the drugs, you bow down, you work. You're a vendor to that. You submit to it by going to work dutifully, by doing your job dutifully. And you don't want to accept that. But all this nonsense would not have been possible if you willingly did not acquiesce and submit yourself to the system. Just remember that. All right. That being said, this will include TPIM SR Live. Live your life with integrity without hate, envy, and greed. But one more time, y'all, because we need this comedy. We need this comedy now more than ever. Let's do this one more time. This is the the American people. I'm going out. Yeah, oops, der. Other citizens living good. What the fuck's going on? Next thing you know, you got a head in your lap and a booty in your face, Mr. Eminem. These nuts melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Anyhow, this will conclude TPIM SR Live. As always, live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. Brothers and sisters, please, 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 let's try to be kinder to one another. Peace and power, unity and victory, dignity and respect. Liberation. I'm out.